Why did you do this, right? And what gives you the right to do this? Do you have a plan to get us our money back? Who is on your side? Well, why are you not in jail in the first place? This interview could have also taken place behind bars. There's a lot of questions I would have for the guy. We do know that he has an intention to defraud us. He has done a crime. He knows what he was doing.
Investigators want him to go to prison. And Jimmy, stop doing the interviews from outside prison. Why are they so in love with this guy?
I'll give you the answer, but let me start with a really quick investment tip for everybody watching at home.
Oh, good Lord.
Hit it.
Never trust your life savings to a guy who shows up to the meeting in a stained T-shirt with shorts on. Like, that was the tell. There was never any vetting of this whatsoever. The reason the media is trying to rehabilitate his image as some good guy who ran into some bad luck is because it rehabilitates their image for not doing their due diligence on vetting all of this stuff they were complicit in pushing. Every celebrity, Tom Brady, Larry David, guys that I love, who signed up to help out and film their little videos and you got to buy this thing, did no background work on the company, clearly, because the guy running it didn't have any background on the company. But the reality that he's now being like feted by the media, give it up for Sam Bankman-Fried, that's embarrassing. This is like Bernie. Basically, if Bernie Madoff donated to progressive causes, he'd have a statue right now somewhere on Park Avenue. Like, what a great guy, he tried. No, he stole people's life savings. The guy should be in jail.
Yeah, he did. He also turned himself in. That is not what Sam Bankman-Fried is doing right now.
Thank you.
That's right. And John Ray, so he has been named the CEO post the filing for bankruptcy, right? And he's the specialist in corporate governance post-bankruptcy. He's the one that managed Enron's explosion and everything else after the fact. He said, he went on record in a court testimony and said, he has never seen such a greater lapse in oversight, securities, corporate governance, and the like, even including Enron. So the scale of this, the scope of this, I think we can't overstate. And Politico made such a great point. They said, you know what? If the New York Times wanted to talk to this guy, then have him call the business desk. Have him give his interview as journalists do, and then they can put it in print. But the fact that they highlighted him at this access paid for summit just shows that they're in bed with him instead of being the journalists they claim to be.
That is a very, very crowded twin bed. I will just say that. I mean, it was cozy the way
Giselle
that they were
left.
acting.
It's just Tom now. You don't have Giselle, so there's one less person. Sorry.
But I mean, they were cozy the way that they were talking. Again, it sounded like somebody who was paid to defend him.
Yeah, it did, and the applause is gross too. Hadn't heard that before. Yuck. And I cannot get over the fact that Bankman-Fried is complaining about having only $100,000 left in his bank account. Like, does he know how preposterous that sounds to literally everybody that he only has 6 figures in his bank account now? I am sure that the people who he bankrupt would love to have that amount of money. One of them who lost a lot of money is the guy that Sandra was talking about, who I love. He's done some interviews on Fox News. All of them have been great. His name is Evan Luthra. He invested, I think, $2 million in FTX, I believe. And he said that it really pisses him off, excuse my French, that the New York Times had this summit and included him because this was like a $2,000 a ticket thing. Ben Affleck spoke, Mayor Eric Adams, and the Times biography for him was Sam Bankman-Fried is a 29-year-old American investor, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. It's like he wrote it himself. Are you kidding me?
He probably did.
He
probably wrote it himself. And none of those people, Lisa, is worried about getting dirty.
Well,
by showing up, like they just know that they'll be absolved by the media in the room.
There's a really simple answer to all of this. He's a liberal.
Yeah, that's it. Boom.
There's an entirely different standard if you're a conservative or if you're a liberal in this country, both when it comes to the law and the way you're treated by the media. I mean, there's 50 million reasons why he's being treated like this. 40 million to Democrats in the 2022 midterm elections, 10 million to Joe Biden. In 2020, he's also given money to liberal media organizations, liberal causes like climate change. That's why he's being treated like this. And I bet he'll get off legally as well, the same way Hillary Clinton did and Hunter Biden likely as well. And you know who is showing up when the cops do send people in the FBI to people's doors? It's someone like Mark Hoke, who's a pro-life individual. His case was dropped in the state level in Pennsylvania, yet the FBI, 15 to 20 of them, along with the police, showed up at his house in front of his 7 kids, arrested him under the FACE Act, guns a-blazing, arrested him when his attorney had offered to be able, to talk with them, to make it easy with them, showed up at his house. Nonetheless, the state had dropped the case. So that's what's happened. That's what happens when you're pro-life or you're conservative.
Wow. You know what? Your mind for detail. It's why I love you as a friend.
Thank you, Harry. Well, I love you too. I appreciate that.
Oh my
I'm tired
goodness!
today,
I mean,
too,
you
so I'm
took
trying to
us
stay
right
sharp.
back to that, and it's so true. It is so true. Why aren't they at this guy's house? Except for the fact they'd have to go in a yacht because he's like on an island.
Well, remember where most of his assets are. They're in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
So he right now has sanctuary from the place that is benefiting from.
And we know the left loves a good sanctuary.
They do need to press charges first, though. So I think they're working on that investigation right now.
We'll see.
We're
I
gonna
don't
wait
have
and see
any
how that plays
confidence
out.
in
Cover it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.